All right, so this is a viewer submission for Jeskai Hollow One. We played a mono red Hollow One variation yesterday that felt very reasonable. This is very close to that with a double splash. We've got Helix in the main deck, as well as Containment Priest, Deck and Stone, and Rip Apart in the sideboard to add some counterplay in the Jeskai matchups. Then we've got Bazaar Trademage here, which is pretty sweet because while it's card disadvantage, it's a decent body with a 3/4 flyer for 3. And discarding 3 cards means it enables Hollowed One all on its own. So you can play this on turn 3, and if you find any Hollowed Ones you have left over in your hand, it guarantees you get to play those for free, which is gas. We also have a couple of miscasts off the blue splash, again, focusing on helping that Jeskai matchup. So I'm interested to see how these splashes feel. The Hollow One deck we played yesterday felt pretty reasonable against everything that wasn't Elves or Jeskai, so hopefully these splashes can help us fix one of those 2 problems. I'd imagine the Elves matchups probably still mediocre with this, but if you can fix the Jeskai matchup, I think that would go a long way towards making the archetype feel pretty playable. How do you make a deck better against Jeskai? Make it also Jeskai. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the problem with part of the problem with Magic only giving blue the ability to interact on the stack, right? Which is why one of the things, people have asked, like, Jeff, do you think the format needs bans? What would you change? I actually think instead of banning stuff, you could probably just print Red Elemental Blast into this format, and suddenly it would be fine. I think that adding that card alone would solve a lot of the problems the format has on a fundamental level. Just gonna go ahead and kill this. Red Elemental Blast for the Magic Zoomers out there is 1 red mana, counter target blue spell, or destroy target blue permanent. Counters Memory Lapse for 1 mana, destroys Shark Typhoon, destroys Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Would Blue Elemental Blast see play? Yeah, the Jeskai decks would play Blue Elemental Blast to counter Red Elemental Blast. Alright, so I think we just, like, take it a little bit slow here. Although now that's their second combo piece. So we'll do this, and then we'll plan to Helix the Innkeeper this turn. So, for the people that are saying they'd prefer Pyroblast, you're just wrong. And the reason why you're wrong is the Magic Arena priority system. If Pyroblast was legal on Arena, it would always give you priority whenever you have mana to cast it. Because it can target non-blue cards. It would be a nightmare. Would not be a good scene. Okay, and then I think we just, like, play this tapped, and then we're gonna cast this for 1, so that way we can block the Soul Warden. Oh, JK, they gain a life. Oh, I should have killed the Soul Warden, right? I guess it was smaller, but the fact that it triggers on our creatures. Yeah, I should have killed the Soul Warden instead of this, even though it was 1/1 smaller. I just forget that these Boomer cards are symmetrical. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say Blastoise looks playable, which is guess. Yeah, this is like really just showing the strength of the opponent's archetype, right? Just like how good their deck is even when they're not comboing. Like, their life game plan is just so good against us here. This unfortunately cannot block. The purple text, if you have not seen it before, means perpetually. And we're just dead here at this point, right? Like, their board is just so big and Heliod's beating us down. You're assuming WotC cares about Arena's priority system. They do care about Arena's priority system. Stop it. We, like, literally saw them errata Ajani's Pridemate to make it work better with Arena's priority system. They definitely care. Alright, so I definitely want all my removal spells here. The question is, what are we cutting? I think 5 trims. Managorger seems slow, maybe. You think Rootwalla is bad in the creature matchups? Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment. Actually, Cheeky Managorger is probably better than Cheeky Rootwalla. Yeah, I think they outsize Sweltering Suns on average too quickly. Thanks for that 31 months, Chase. You also, because they have the threat of outsizing your Sweltering Suns, you can't really hold it to get value, because if you hold it to try and get value, there's a good chance it becomes useless. Was the Pridemate errata? So, once upon a time, Ajani's Pridemate was optional to put a counter on it, and they just made it mandatory, so you didn't have to click yes, put a counter on it. Because you effectively always want to put a counter on it. There's some niche actually cases where you don't, but also, like, stop it. Fun fact. Working with digital is why a Danto Vanguard is just when this is attacking, it has +2 extra attack, as opposed to a trigger when it attacks. So that way there's no trigger on the stack for digital. I'm gonna keep my lands for now, I think. The stat line of this card's super reasonable, too. I wouldn't be surprised if this card's great. It's like 3/4 flyer for 3 that, like, has upside. So definitely that. Definitely that. Do I ditch the Deccan Stone or the land? It's probably the land, right? Alright, don't combo me. Don't do it. Have a heart. I don't think they can combo me from this position because they don't already have a life gain dork in play. Like, if they played life gain dork plus Heliod, they wouldn't have a way to gain a life initially. Yeah, I agree, Bedell. Like, mana value over converted mana cost. Could not agree more, Rotary. Love a lot of the stuff that they've pushed into in terms of digital space. Oh, huh. I actually don't have enough cards in here yet to escape the Ox. Still one short. Ox needs Ox +8, so we've got 8 total. How do we prioritize using the graveyard with all of our various resources? The answer is it depends. Like context on the board, the matchup, what things seem important, etc. Hopefully they attack with everything here and this Helix kills the Skyclave and then we eat the Scurryoak in combat is the goal. Sedge. Another Scurryoak. Yikes. Alright, well I'm gonna do this and just hope they can't combo me. I was gonna kill the Scurryoak at end of turn, but then... Do I do this now? I don't know if I want it yet. I don't wanna. Let's wait and see how much damage they take before I decide if I want to lose Delirium. I should have waited to play this. It could have impacted their... Knowing that this is here will impact their blocks. Well, I mean, this is still lethal on board, right? See, I'm just gonna go ahead and pass instead of doing this now. And they found their combo there, but it's one turn too late. Which was great. Hey, Beach. Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Danny, thanks for the follow. I don't think this is a Containment Priest matchup. Yeah, I agree. The Trademage actually supplements the Dragon Rage Chandler plan very nicely, it feels like. Like that game we saw there, right? Where like we gum up with this and this a little bit, and then like these just finish them off in the air. Like 3 power, that's one of the reasons why I've really liked Resto and Elite Spellbinder, is just like 2 good 3 power attackers and with flying is decent. This is another reason having access to white is great. Being able to answer problem cards that mono red wouldn't be able to normally feels good. put a stop on my upkeep here, because if they play a creature out I want to kill, I want a Helix before I draw. Well, shit. It might be right to just, like, YOLO attack here. Because if I surveil into land creature, we get to punch them. It's a good bit of risk, though. See, chat, I should have believed. I should have believed. I let fear into my dojo, and this was the result. Don't be scared, chat. Just jam. It sounds like yes. Hey, Sev. Thanks for the 3rd of the year. I appreciate the support. Welcome back. Smork, smork. Do the smork, smork. Smork, 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 smork. Alright, if they draw a land, this is lethal next turn, right? We did play Pauper first thing this morning. Oh, sweet. I think I'm into that. Yeah, definitely on YouTube. All right. Oh, sweet. I mean, we definitely only won that game because of the White Splash, right? Rip Apart was instrumental. Helix was also good, too. In fact, I might want a 3rd Rip Apart. There was a Rip Apart in the main that I cut for a land that we definitely needed, but 3 Rip Aparts in the sideboard is probably a good idea. The fact that people want Graveyard Hate against us makes something like Rip Apart more valuable. I'm gonna try one of these Soul Guide Lanterns. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. Sleeping Pill. The cost of splashing colors that have fast lands goes down a good bit. So like getting to play shocks in these is pretty decent. Do I need helixes against this? Probably not. Just keep my lands for now. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Big bucks, no Prismari command. Foretell. Grixis? Okay, so they're a control deck? They're not an aggro deck? Hey, Stunt Bum, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. So this will come as a shock to many Hoaglandians, I'm sure. But Grixis is one of the 8 most popular decks that's logged on Untapped, and it's also the only one of the 8 most popular decks that has a win rate less than 50%. Which honestly is just like peak Grixis. Put your surprised Pikachu face to see her. Alright, so definitely want my Miscasts here. I don't really know what their deck is doing, so I guess we'll just like leave an Unholy Heat in. We'll just like trade 2 of them out for these. Hey, thanks for keeping me around, Scruff McGriffin. I think the current historic format desperately needs a banner too. I think the games of Magic that this format generates outside of the cards that desperately need to be removed are very good. No, I don't think an unban does it. People talking about, oh, you just need to unban Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer doesn't fix any of the problems this format has. And then it likely just makes things worse later. Ooh, piece of candy. Candy. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Professionalism, chat. Professionalism. My body is ready to get languished, chat. I am prepared. There's 2 ways this game ends. My opponent concedes here in a second, or they cast a languish. Those are the options. Those are the only 2 paths forward from here. Concession or languish. Oh no. Oh no! Chat, they're not playing Grixis. They're playing Tybalt's Trickery? What? What? Throes of Chaos? Alright, well, I kind of felt bad about the 16 power on turn 3, and then my opponent cast Throes of Chaos, and suddenly everything was fine. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known, should have known, should have known again. Be-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. for some lands. Found some lands. It's a Rootwalla. 420 Walla in the house, chat. Oh no, memory lapse. How will I ever discard cards to get a free hollowed one again? Oh no. Both of these surviving Anger of the Gods is huge here. We just keep this. If not, sidetrack. I woke up and sent the kids off to school and ate some breakfast and signed out. We're going to be playing Pokemon Unite in about an hour. Hour and a half or so. I guess I can't replay that because I have to discard 3 cards here. I think I just want another 3/4. So we lose the hollowed one, but gotta Walla out of the deal. 9 cards in bin, so we can escape the Ox next turn. The Bazaar is really good at powering out the Ox. This card's sweet. I like it a lot. It's bizarre how good it is. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Personally, I am very excited for them to gain protection from creatures next turn. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Listen, chat, we take those here. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Just sign the slip very quickly and walk away. It rubs the Rootwalla on the skin, or else it gets the hollow one again. Especially don't look the gift horse in the mouth if it's a big wooden one. Sage words. I just imagine someone rubbing themselves with lizards. Thanks, Jeff. Come on now, we don't judge people here. Don't kink shame in Hoaglandia. Nice, nice. Turn 1, Darcy. Turn 2, Hollow Boy. Got a piece of hate here as well. Being kink-shaved for my lizard is my kink. Well, you know. Oh, chat, I get to bin the Faithless Looting because of their sequencing. God bless us, everyone. They probably thought they were ruining my surveil. Little did they know. Do 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 do. Do I have an opinion on Tybalt's trickery? Yeah, I think Magic's a trash fire best of 1 game. Is mostly my opinion on it. My less brutal take is you know, they might just be like a bad control deck with Hall and Sulfur Falls. They might not be the creativity deck. My slightly less brutal take is and I've talked about this on stream before too. I think Historic would be, or Magic in general, but Historic especially, would be well served with a game 3 queue where you play best of 1, but you like get to see your opponent's deck and sideboard before you do. Would fix a lot of those problems. Decks like Tybalt Trickery have basically always existed in Magic, and they've only ever been kept in check by the fact that they're dog trash in the post-board games. So we need something to emulate that post-board experience in best of 1, I think. And if they don't want to do that, then they need to be more aggressive about managing their ban list. But I've also been interacting with Wizards of the Coast for the better part of a decade now, and they basically never want to manage their stuff. So I think expecting them to manage their formats better is not a good expectation, because it's just not going to happen. So I think I'm in for a land here. We'll ditch these. Let me get to go ahead. Oh, that was my only sorcery in the bin. Yikes, so I missed 2 points of damage with my sequencing here. That's pretty bad. I didn't realize that was her only sorcery. I swear I just did this. Going on, Strider. Welcome back. Flesh and Blood use a system like that. You sideboard before game 1. Yeah, someone else said that. Heard someone else share that. Oh no, chat! Chat, we're gonna get caught with our hand in the cookie jar. There isn't a basic land in our deck to find with this Field of Ruin. I think we're dead. I'm definitely sideboarded incorrectly. Because there is weird blue-red control deck and not a combo deck. So we'll let them surveil, and then we'll miscast this. Alright, so if we draw a Lightning Helix here off of this, we can kill the Gear Hulk, and then maybe we have a shot. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. They gave me a present, chap. Their Darcy having to attack here is great for us because it leaves them with no blockers. Oh, shit! Stop stealing my stuff, opponent! I think I'm supposed to do this. As nice as the 3/4 blocker would be, because casting this lets me get the Phoenix back, too. That's close, though. Okay. Hey, Shav, thanks for the 27 months. Welcome back. Do we technically have lethal next turn? We do, but they get 2 Surveils, a draw step, and a search for Escanta. These have to attack. And then we have 8, 11. Like an Escanta activation as well. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair. Take my hands. We'll make it, I swear. This thing gets counters equal to the amount of red pips in the things that you cast. So this is at 4 already, and we'll come back when we Fiery Temper next turn. So we actually have a real shot here because our opponent has chosen not to play white cards, so they can't. Okay, rude. Might still have a shot, but the fact that they don't have Helix has been a big godsend. The Historic Pauper deck was good. This deck's been sweet. We played Dead Guy Ale and it felt bad again. It was a big sad. Big sedge. I wonder if they just like pop this to get rid of the Pyromancers now. Feels like they're probably supposed to.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
Okay, I mean, we could theoretically have them dead next turn, right? Yeah, I mean, if this is a blank. Yeah, we have the old Hearthstone lethal here. They have no responses. They are dead. Exclamation point decks gets you a link to my deck list page. Hey, Choice, thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
Etherol, thanks for the follow. Containment Priest, take 2. The Electric Boogaloo. This time it's personal. Thanks for the 24 months, Lark. What shell do I think Scale Up slots into? I don't know. I don't know that there really is a shell for that card in this format. They're dead, right? This plus this is lethal. Yeah, I don't even know that it's good in Feather, right? So they have to Azcanta into a shock. It's not gonna do it. Good night. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Alright. And like, you know, that game was kind of an example of how much easier it is to beat control when they don't have Helix. Like, imagine our opponent is incidentally plus 6 to 9 life that game, right? The Azcanta gets an extra turn to activate. The Narset gets to activate. They just, like, bury us because they have plus 25 to 50% life. Oh, they were going to 1. You're right. Yeah, good shout, Tom. I'm just gonna Unholy Heat before they get Surveils in here. This could be a mirror. Or 20 Walla in the house. Grab a lightning axe and blaze it, chat. We run the no blocks here. We're gonna upkeep this Unholy Heat to get Surveils before we draw. Hopefully. Hopefully they're not about to kill both of these. One of your finest Faithless Lootings, please, deck. I think Darcy's on trading duty, chat. Or like swapping out 1/1s here. And like waiting for a way to get our Hallowed One going. Oh, Hollow One does give us another card type. Nah, they still just trade, right? I'm gonna trade. These pump to 3 attack, chat. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Houston. Welcome back. Nice draw. Huh. I think I just want 2 4/4s, right? Your move, Yugi boy. These are getting hot in here, chat. Hot and heavy. Some Managorgers still chipping away at us. Madness, chat. Madness! It's aggressive. Trade for 20 Wallas, eat the Pyromancer. They have like a deal tooth they're gonna finish our thing with. I just want the Pyromancer in the bin to make tokens with later. Actual best draw on the deck. Cream of Extreme. Thank you for the 28 months. Morning, good morning. So, Dead to Fiery Temper here, unfortunately. I haven't played any of those, so I imagine there's still 4 of them lurking in their 40-ish cards. And Fort. Close game. Soul Guide Lantern sounds nice. I'm gonna cut my Wallas and bring in Sweltering Suns, I think. We can always cycle them if they're not good, and these don't kill our Hollowed Ones or Bazaar Trademages. I don't think this is a Deck and Stone matchup. It does catch the Phoenix, but like the fact that the Phoenix basically went the entire distance there is definitely the exception, not the rule, right? Like I have plenty of removal spells in my deck. I just didn't happen to draw any of them that game. And I know the Phoenix technically comes back, but it's pretty slow to come back. Here. I'm so glad we can have this artwork now instead of this. It's a lot of 420 Wallas, chat. Let's go to On Fire and Fury. Good morning, good morning. BT dubs for all the regulars, whether you're looking to watch my content or play Arena. Arena is having 2 hours-ish of scheduled downtime tomorrow morning. So I will still be streaming some Magic. I'm planning to go live a little bit earlier than normal. I'm planning to, I'm ditching this Helix, actually. Planning to go live at 7 a.m. instead of my normal 8 a.m. So we can fit 2 decks in between 7 and 10 a.m. And then I'm planning to do a little bit longer variety segment afterwards. Oh my god, chat, just moments before the disaster. Wave goodbye, friends. It's getting hot in here. Do, 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 do. They do their downtime during business hours because someone with a clipboard and a suit calculated that it would cost them more money than they lose to pay people to work overtime outside of normal business hours. They've certainly done the cost analysis of it. What is not business hours for an online game? So, yeah, you can actually, people, and be like, but Jeff, Magic Arena is a global game. It's always business hours somewhere. Yeah, but you know where your peak amount of players come from, and I'd be incredibly surprised if evening Europe, daytime US wasn't one of their peak times for people playing Magic Arena. So yes, but also stop it, Twitch chat. What's going on, Ectoman? Hey, well, Sweltering Suns punched the clock and went to work there. Felt like a good swap. Think I'm happy with how we boarded. Do I want to touch more removal on the draw? Like, maybe because we're on the draw this game, I cut our own Phoenixes and I board in some Rip Aparts. It's probably fine. We have not played Shamans. I think it's gonna be one of the decks we play tomorrow morning. We did Historic Pauper this morning as our third deck. So we did Pauper, we did Dead Gael, and we're doing this as our third today. There's our post by Watsy for scheduled downtime. Yeah, it's on the Wizards Help Twitter account. How did I like Red, White, Steel? I would always encourage you to go back and read past Jeff's opinion about deck lists you want thoughts on. I think I want to Fiery Temper this turn before the Beaumont Courier can get too big. If I play the Hollowed one, they could just like Lightning Axe it and then their hand is empty and they draw 3 here. So killing this before they draw a bunch seems ideal. On the YouTube channel, always find playlists of everything we've played up there with the deck tech and then wrap up thoughts at the very end. Nah, it's fine. I don't mind questions like that, Schnee, because it gives me an organic means to shill the YouTube. All about the organic context shills. All right, so I think I Faithless Looting first here, because if I draw a Madness card or another Hollowed one, I can put it into play. I'm technically giving up a Surveil on this, but I think that's worth the risk. So did not find it, unfortunately. Are we ditching these two? I think we're ditching those two. And I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of their Ox here. I gifted you my Bezo bucks with the hope of receiving a complimentary timeout. Always. Thanks, JFK. All right, so we got rid of some of their recovery mechanic with that. Thank you, love.
You're welcome, love.
Christy brought lunch before we start playing Pokemon, because she's great. You want to earn one? I mean, if you insist. Not at all 50. In fact, quite the opposite. I find playing bad decks to farm cards that I would need for something else incredibly tedious, and it greatly diminishes my fun playing the game. The joy I derive from a game like Magic, it largely revolves around deck building and optimizing things, not the actual card acquisition. Yeah, I am very much not a limited gamer. Alright, so they haven't exiled my graveyard yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and flash back this Faithless Looting, I think. Filter through some of these lands. Nice. Oh, I guess this is a touch awkward. Now this dies when they Tormod's crit me. So, relatively even board state, especially when I have this to gas back up with. Gas me up, baby! That's the good stuff right there. I like the way you do that right there, right there. Listen, chat, I'd love to karaoke stream with you all, but DMCA is a real killjoy. There's nothing I like more than singing my bad tunes. Well, shit. Alright, so they're doing Kinney and combo-y things, so a little bit extra spot removal sounds good. Probably don't need the grind from this. Probably don't need the grind from this. Believe in an Ox. Magic is a game that is frequently painful. Little known fact, when Fort Minor wrote 50% pain as one of their lyrics, they were actually playing Magic the Gathering. So this Hallowed One draw here is why I didn't play Darcy out before my Faithless Looting. So I wanted to be able to cast this if we drew it. Huh. So on the draw, I think I'm going to trim this and bring in a Deacon Stone as an extra removal spell. Not really a whole lot to change here. Especially with their Graveyard Hate Post board, this card becomes worse. Mistmim is another content producer and streamer, but someone just said they're not currently streaming. They're just like playing Magic on their own time for fun. Gosh, imagine playing Magic for fun, chat. Some kind of casual. To be fair, Slim Wenzy, they weren't wrong. It was a channel that you like. Oh, you know what I didn't notice? Their companion disappeared between games 1 and 2. I wonder if they boarded in that breaks their companion. I think I'm supposed to pass here. Because if I draw an untapped land in 3 draws next turn, I can play this. Turning off the mic while eating. Well, so I actually record the eating audio to a separate track. So if you want that, make sure you tier 3 sub to the channel, and I'll post it in the tier 3 subs channel in the Discord server afterwards. Can't give that shit away for free. That's the premium noise. Birdadoo, thanks for the follow. Good for that moist content. Yeah, exactly. So now, unfortunately, with my sequencing needing to kill both their things, I have to draw another untapped land. I think it was still right to kill both their things. Nice, nailed it. All right, what are we ripping apart next turn? It's probably just the tome, right? I wonder what the odds are they have a third one, since they played that out aggressively like they did. Are we deterministically dead? They don't have second Emery yet, right? Alright, let's find out if we're dead. They don't have second Mox Amber yet either. I assume this is digging for Mox. We might even just not be able to recover from the value play here. Alright, they missed on Emery and Mox. And then Tamiyo can pick the Breach back up next turn, which is pretty scary. I think we're probably dead, honestly. As Emery can cast stuff too here. At some point, we'll play a game 3 against Mistim where we don't mulligan to 5. But yesterday and today won't be those days. So the 35 months back, welcome back. Okay. Okay. So we can hit her, I guess.
Stop interrupting me.
So she can't pick the Breach back up.
I know.
They are critical. So Trade Mage kills Tamiyo. And then we can pressure their life total a little bit more. Maybe we can limp through this. We'll see. Get to cast a tomb here. I can generate something. Generates a few different things here. Big range on what it could do. A lot of blanks, but also a lot of good ones. It's for the 3 months each roll. So they... Huh. Yeah, they must be activating Kitty, right? They must have, they probably figure they have Gargoths and stuff in their deck here too, so if they had Gargoth, we're dead. Just a Wall of Blossoms deal. Well, I mean, shit.
I have learned little here.
R and Jesus take the wheel. They have achieved infinite mana and infinite cycles through their deck with the Mind Stones, so they'll get us at some point there. We have Shuffler Truthers. Can we have Spellbook Truthers too? Yeah. Yeah, like, imagine their Spellbook there, like, gives them, like, Assault, Strobe, and Dark Ritual instead of good cards. Feels bad, man. Clearly, Magic has been ruined. It will never recover from that game, chap. I mean, we can't just leave you wondering, Rensor. One full Hoglandian coming up. Yeah, right, Bib? It's whatever. We'll never recover our lost rank points. Oh, no. There was a fog from which my family will never recover. Ooh. Alright, so I'd like the record to reflect that I should mulligan this hand, but we're on the draw and this is a content keep. I have these. I am going to start Pokemon probably 1 or 2 more matches, depending on how long this one takes. My body is ready to get memory lapsed into last week here, but... you. I subbed yesterday to say fuck that Justice Strike top deck, but it didn't work, so here it is today. It was quite the Justice Strike, you're not wrong. Thanks for the quarter for your next. If you haven't watched the Bant Flash deck on YouTube, the first 3 matches are an experience. They're good content. They're quite possibly the best content that's ever been produced involving the deck Jeskai control. It is a low bar, to be fair. It is an incredibly low bar. Put a stop on my thing there by mistake. Why would you counterspell this? Think of the content, opponent. Think of the content. It is card disadvantage, so you get it. My body is prepared to get my 1-drops Archmage Charmed. Same bid. Yes, Archmage's Charm is arguably the best addition from Historic Horizons to the format because it made the existing best deck a little bit better. I guess Sarah's Emissary is probably the best, but Archmage's Charm's a close second, I think. I'm gonna chill on the Faithless Looting for now because I want to be able to cast Hollowed One if I draw it with it. Yeah, hard evidence is probably in the discussion as well. I agree with that. Let me just do this actually. Just like get a bunch of power into play here. Ah, so close. That's fine. We can go land, flashback, Faithless Looting, cast this next turn, right? Or I can just hold up that in the event that they have a Wrath of God. I think that's the plan now. A topic that often comes up is, Jeff, when do you play Miscast versus Mystic Dispute? And I think the answer to that is a very straightforward, does your deck care about the card Wrath of God? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you want to play Miscast. Got me. I'll take my Surveil now, please. Yeah, that's fine, because now I can Faithless Looting, Hollowed One, and hold up Miscast. Oh, man. That's the good stuff right there, chat. That's the good stuff. I like the way you do that right there. Didn't even need the counter spell. Run it back now, y'all. Well, to be fair, Elk Lodge, Claim the Firstborn at that time was doing exactly what Jeskai Control does now, which is it abused the creature decks in the format, right? Because routinely, the worst thing you can have happen to a format is have creature decks not be playable. Because combat is Magic's best feature. So decks that reduce and remove combat as a core feature of the game tend to be disliked. Sure. Okay. Probably just like a turn 3 Pyromancer here. There's a good chance this just doesn't resolve, but that's fine. If it does resolve, I'm gonna ditch Helix Temper, I think. Can't Madness, obviously, but I want to get some tokens. A little punished by drawing a bunch of lands, but it is what it is. We got 4 power across 3 bodies here, which is great. Thanks for the follow, you thanks. Yeah, they have an answer here, but you know, it only answers half the problem for them. Kinda like 2/3 of the problem because it doesn't flash back now, I suppose. Alright, so I think the plan here is 420 Walla, untapped land, end step Fiery Temper, untap Ox of Agonas. They have Dream Trawler on curve again. We're probably dead, but outside of Dream Trawler on 6, I feel like we're in an okay spot. If they have Tafafa here, they could 420 Walla kills it. What's going on, Enlite? Thanks for the follow. Thanks everybody for out today, by the way. Great to see over 1,500 people here in chat for some Magic the Gathering this afternoon. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do Magic the Gathering first thing, usually 5 or 6 days a week. Play a ton of Constructed, usually 2 or 3 different decks every single day. If you like the variety, be sure to check out my YouTube channel as well. Basically everything that I stream that's worthwhile or feels like it might be worth working on some more ends up there. Yes, yeah, let's kill the Narset before we play Ox.
Violence is upsetting.
I appreciate the shout there, because that definitely wouldn't be the first time I've done that. The real reason I subbed is so I can complain about my sister's anti-vax boyfriend into space that would appreciate his idiocy. It's a really weird way to say your sister's boyfriend is trying to kill her. If you'd like to complain and commiserate and chat with like-minded folks at all hours of the day, I'd encourage you to pop in the subs Discord server too. We have both political and COVID-19 channels in there, in addition to lots of gaming and other life-related things. Okay, so we just can't beat a sweeper now, right? Because I have to go super wide to beat the... Wait, are they dead? Wait, pause. Are they dead? This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gosh, an untapped land would have killed them? Okay, maybe we can beat a sweeper. Joey Guns, thanks for the prime. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I think it's just Bugbear smacked them for 11, right? Yeah, that's, man. Alright, they gained a little bit of life, so they block here, and then they die to this, right? Or not quite. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The land is lethal. The land is lethal, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to plow. It's the half a year, squirrels. In the woods during their landing open, the results look awesome. Really wanted to play. Well, hey, if you want to battle in the next one, block out September 19th on your calendar. We're going to be doing it again. Exact Seas. Creature lands are so good. Honestly, the biggest cost to playing the 3 colors in this deck is probably that we have to give up some amount of the creature lands. The white and blue cards have both felt good consistently, but it's a little bit sad that we can only fit 1 Bugbear in. Alright, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, and when I get back, we're going to play at least one more match with this. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's do it. Afternoon, probs. After Binky followed, we have exactly 68,888 followers on the channel. What a lovely number. The sand's great. Darcy on 1. Looting, Rootwalla, Hollowed 1 on 2. Thanks for the follow, Tim. Yeah, we are working our way towards a nice number. I think we play the land out here because if we hit, especially with the Bazaar draw, if I draw a Fiery Temper here, I want to cast it. Do I want this for next turn? I might. Yeah, I think I do. I think we ditch the Trademage here. Look at that, chat. We both have 6 power on turn 2. Fancy. Blizzard Brawl. You're not supposed to haunt me in this format. I'm supposed to be safe from you here, Blizzard Brawl. Oh yeah, I heard some anti-vaxxer got arrested in Hawaii for having a fake vaccination card that said Moderna instead of Moderna. It's almost like the anti-vaxxers aren't sending their best, chat. It's almost like if you're anti-vax, you're also incredibly likely to be a fucking idiot for other reasons, too. Weird how that works out. I get punished by, like, a Blossoming Defense here, but... we might, like, waiting to kill this other one, they might, like, play a land or, like, try and put counters on something.
I am Scala's vengeance, and I'm coming for you next.
I think killing that is better than killing Vivian, but
I'd get out of the way.
it's actually kind of close. What's our best draw here? Like a hollowed one? Darcy's not bad. Well, you don't understand, Ewok. We have a microchip shortage because they put all the chips in the vaccine. Come on now. Gotta think. Think about it.
My, how you've grown.
How you've grown. This is why we can't have video cards. Yep, big mood. Ooh, 420 Walla. Love me some 420 Walla. Oh god, Seasoned Pyromancer is a great draw here too. This deck is gas, and splashing blue and white in it was very smart. I liked this deck a lot yesterday, but it just didn't feel good against, man. Phoenix has been sweet too. Yeah, this build's felt real trim. I like it a lot.
I will not go extinct. You picked the wrong fight.
Unfort, we don't have another land tier, but is what it is. Vivian's a historic card, right? Landward's a historic card. Please eat my Faithless Looting. Now I'm gonna eat my Hydra. That's unfortunate. Feels like we're inching towards death. Ooh. Scavenging Ooze was a brutal top deck. I think we were pretty far ahead here. Up until this one happened. No, I don't think we're gonna be able to recover. You have Deccan Stones with the sideboard to deal with that one at least. Just GM 4 Resto in here and trigger Seasoned Pyromancer. Unfortunately, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, we're in here. Alright, so Deccan Stone sounds great. I don't know that I necessarily want Rip Aparts. Managorger not blocking seems mediocre. Maybe I do want their parts to like cut the Wallas. How many cheap things do they have? Killing werewolf pack leader seems pretty important. This card's only okay in the creature matchups. Just bringing a bunch of removal here. Kind of turn into like a controlling deck. A little bit bigger mid-range deck. And that's honestly, this kind of sideboard plan where we're like pulling up like this a little bit is one of the reasons why I love mid-range decks like this. Because like against control decks, we get to be the beatdown. Against aggressive decks, we get to become more interactive. So decks like this tend to have a lot of role assessment in the post-board games, which I personally enjoy. You need to figure out where you're supposed to be positioned, basically. Little ambitious, because we can't cast a Chandler on one, but it's been super reasonable, Trench. He says before he bricks and dies. All right, one more. Hit me, baby, one more time. We might actually have like one too many blue sources. After adjusting the mana, I'm going to turn a Triome into an untapped land. I don't believe. Yeah, I'm only on 3 of those. Let's cut this and then put another one of those in. Leaves us with 9, 11 blue sources, which I think is plenty for this with our card selection. Bug in a blanket. Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. I think it is Stellar Joe. The miscasts out of the sideboard are also very good. Trademage Bazaar in general has been fantastic, and miscast is very good against all forms of Jeskai, both control and combo. So I'm not 100% certain, but I'm leaning towards I like the blue for that. Yeah. We've been tithered, chip. Hey, Suze. Thanks for the follow. I wasn't sure my screen was going to recover there for a second. Hello, darkness, my old friend. How it sucks to play against Narset again. Lots of memory lapse. Okay, so when I said one more match, I went one more match against not control. So I'm gonna take a mulligan on last match of the day. In case you haven't heard me say it, Historic desperately needs adjustments. Or for standard rotation to get here. I would also accept that. Would also accept standard rotation. Thanks for the follow, 99s. I think I would like to see Indomitable creativity also removed from the format. I think with the addition of Sarah's Emissary, we've hit a critical mass of this card's just not healthy. And it can only get worse from here as they introduce more potential bombs to the format. I mean, the season, like, just started, Cold Cesar. We hit Mythic very fast this cycle. For people that haven't played Historic recently, yes, it is actually all control. Thanks for the Prime Orange. I don't think there's a compelling reason to play any Blizzard games, no. Do not have a strong desire to touch their IPs. I'm gonna chill on this for now. I mean, like, I can just show you some data. It's not just my anecdotes. So, you know, creativity and control are 17%. This is 3%. This is, you know, and then they get really low from here. But like, of the decks that are the most played, these are the most played by a lot. And then even a lot of the other miscellaneous ones are still control things, like Grixis, like Blue-Black. Like, there's a lot of different flavors of ways to get memory lapsed. Thanks for keeping me around, Dr. Firefarts. If you refresh your browser page or reload your mobile app, whichever you're on, you should get a notification to send through. Alright, well, they didn't generate fog at least, so we got that going for us. It's for the 10 months, Umbral. Yeet, indeed. Listen, chat. Our opponent earlier hit the actual Stone Cold Perfects off of Tome of the Infinite like 2 or 3 times, so, like, it's only fair that this opponent gets screwed by it. We've been saving our cumulative variance for this moment. It's all charged up and ready to go. After we finish this match, we're gonna flip on over to some Pokemon Unite for a couple hours. If you haven't seen that game before, it's the recently released Pokemon MOBA that's available on Switch currently and will be releasing on mobile later this month. They released Blastoise today as the new character, so we're going to be playing with a little bit of him. I've got a 5-stack of my wife and some Hoaglandians that we're going to be playing with. Is creativity a problem? And I was getting Coma and Locust Sage got... Well, I mean, like, so... Emissary being the problem is just something that will continually come up impromptu with creativity as more big things are added to the format. I'd also argue creativity was borderline an issue with those other things you just mentioned before Emissary as well. But even if you wanted to say, okay, it's just Emissary that's a problem, there'll always be another Emissary coming. King Grassa, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Oh, blaze the wallas, chat. Blaze them all. Yeah, last time it was Velocibus and they banned Time Warp. So, they did not do balance changes with Blastoise's release. Blastoise is just Blastoise and he came on its own. Yeah, September 22nd for mobile. If you pre-register or like pre-sign up, it's free, but you can like pre-sign up on the App Store or the Google Play Store, you'll get a free Pikachu license. So, you think it's something you might want to play, do the pre-reg so you get the free thing. Free stuff is good, Kai. I believe you just search Pokemon Unite in the Play Store. I believe. Cerulean Drake. That's illegal, chat. It's like cheating. You just play Cerulean Drake. Some bullshit right there. Hey, who's getting pushed off a cliff? Pick your favorite. And the awkward part here is they showed us Extinction Event game 1. So, like, if they hit land Extinction Event, they 4-for-1 us. This is Big Sedge. Alright, so we're one card type away from these having liftoff. They topped a card there, so I assume Extinction Event's about to get cast. I think this one's been super reasonable, Fire Farts. We played a mono red version of this yesterday that felt okay. Goodbye, friends. It's been super reasonable, he says as he reaches for the concession button. Well, shit. Game 3 on the play, let's do it. Thanks for the follow, Castro. Good morning. I would also just like to prefix the this deck seems somewhat reasonable with. I think you are putting yourself at a distinct disadvantage not registering a control deck or a combo deck like Creativity in this format. Until they rebalance the format, these decks are strictly worse if your only goal is playing to win. I would not recommend playing them. If you enjoy the types of play patterns these decks offers, like I do, it's good enough. But if your only goal is to be a spike, I would not recommend this deck. I wouldn't recommend any of the creature decks right now. The format is just too hostile. Well, at least we can kill her before we Bazaar. Thanks for the follow, ally.
My mind needs a rest.
Okay. Ditch this, ditch this, ditch this. So you're saying there's a chance? Cannot cast it fast enough. Alright, let's play Pokemon Unite. So. I do think after playing this build compared to the mono red build we played yesterday, that this configuration felt better, and it gave you a little bit more counterplay in the matchups that felt hard with the other deck. However, just like that last matchup showed, you're never 100% anywhere. Making it better than the terrible matchup the mono red version had against control still means you're probably about a coin flip at best. So if I was going to play Hallowed One, I think I'd play this compared to the red build that we played yesterday. But again, just to reiterate what I said in that last match, I think if you're not playing a control deck, if you're not registering something with memory lapse right now, you're not giving yourself the best possible chance to win. So I think if you're looking for a fun mid-rangey creature deck that has some sweet card advantage and some sweet synergies, this seems like a great choice. But outside of that niche, this specific play patterns, I don't think I'd recommend it in terms of pure power level. But that's true of probably most of the creature decks we've played right now, just because the format's so hostile. So I don't really think that's a this deck thing so much as it's a this format thing at the moment. All right. Let's get pokey, huh? Try some blast.